Hi, my name is Sally Baker. I'm a senior therapist and a big fan of Love Island, and I'm going to tell you why Love Island can never be as good as it used to be. So why can Love Island never be as good as it used to be? It's because we're all too knowing. It's because we're not naive enough, we're not innocent enough. We've all watched 8 series now. We're on the 8th series of Love Island. And if you were a contestant, can you imagine how many times you'd watched scenarios play out? So for instance, I'm thinking about in past series when the public were feeling huge animosity about the way someone behaves in the villa, and the people in the villa would be completely unaware of the fallout that was happening on social media back at home or even worldwide, and they wouldn't even attempt or know to change their behavior. But that's not the case anymore. So I kind of see it a bit with Luca. Luca seems to be the most kind of leaky in his own emotions. He will definitely demonstrate how he's feeling, and some of it is, a bit controlling and a little bit coercive. But what he does, and what I've noticed him doing, is he checks himself really quickly and he stops it. It's almost like, he presses the mute on himself, and he doesn't allow himself to run off at the mouth for too long. He can't avoid some of it because he's impulsive, but he doesn't allow it to give enough kind of grist to the mill, enough material that he's going to get in big trouble with the audience, with Ofcom reporting him, with the producers taking him to a side to sort out his behaviour. He does things with Gemma that are really annoying. He's constantly touching her, but again, it's measured enough that you know that he's restraining himself. And if this was a few series ago, he would have been our latest villain probably, and we would have all been really furious with him, and social media would have reflected that. So what have we got now in the villa? I've got notes. Ekin Su, oh my God, she's carrying the whole series. With the first cohort of girls, what were they? They were all completely lovely, delicious, swishy-haired girls, not a huge amount of personality, not a huge amount of life experience, perhaps a couple of them more so. India and Amber definitely more sassy, more knowing, more able, more rounded characters, but they didn't get a lot of airtime. I mean, look, we know now that even to be a brunette on Love Island is a radical step. So for black girls to lead the show and to take on all the airtime is really unusual. In fact, it doesn't happen. So Amber and India haven't had the airtime they deserve, and it's gone to lesser well-formed characters, which you could kind of include Gemma in that. As she's young, 19. So any mistakes Gemma makes in Love Island is because she's so young. You can temper her youth with her life experience because she's an international dressage star. She's a daughter of a multimillionaire. She's seen a lot of sophistication in her life, but whether she's seen the kind of grit and whether she's had to face things that build her resilience, we've yet to find out. So the Gemma stories, although they seem to dominate, I'm not even sure what they're about. And if you were just to scrape the surface, there's not actually very much there. So Ekin Su is carrying the series, and she's our new Moira. She's our new bad girl Moira, who's just shamelessly going for what she wants. And my heart warms to her. She's 27. She's got a bit more life experience. She's interesting. She's very optimistic about the boys in there, but hey, that's part of the deal. The whole program means you have to pair up and fall in love, and she really kind of keeps committing and committing. I love the way that she crept out of the room for a secret assignation. We don't have enough rule breakers here. These are all good guys and good girls. So she's a complete breath of fresh air. Come on, Ekin Su. So Amber has been paired with Dami now for over a week. And you might think, oh, he's such a nice guy. He's so cool. He's so laid back. This is Love Island. He is supposed to, show some interest, start a few conversations. I think Amber in real life would have kicked him to the curb a long time ago. She would not have put up with this behaviour. And although he's a friend to everyone, and he is, Dami is loved by everyone, he's a friend with benefits to no one. He's not even putting out his, occasional kisses in games when he sort of has to. Whether he's just there for the crack, this is like a cheap holiday for him. He may be missing the mainstay that gets you to stay in there, which is you've got to fall in love and someone's got to care about you. But we'll see. So that's our Dami. As delightful as he is, he's not giving Amber what she needs. And Amber looks, more and more bored, more and more despondent, more and more tired of trying. And so she is open to having her head turned. And the new boys could be doing that. They could choose her. One of them could choose her. So we'll see. So there's Amber. Luca. As I've mentioned already, Luca is the most insecure. Luca is the one that demonstrates his insecurity the most. The other boys tend to do less. They are barely sketched out. But Luca is more able to portray who he is, but along with showing his personality and his character and making people like him, he's also showing us that this is the level of insecurity that he lives with. So that could work against him, because that's when he overreacts. When Gemma called him by her ex Jack's name, honestly, it's easily done. One minute she's with Jacques, the next minute she's with Luca. It's easy to get names mixed up. It's not a big deal. For Luca, it could have been a major drama that would have gone on and on and on, and I think it would have, if he had not remembered that there are cameras everywhere and this is going to be shown to the public. So I think, he started to kick off about it. And again, I think he stopped himself. I think he edited himself, because he's quite knowing. They're all quite knowing about what's expected of them and what could happen to them. So that's Luca. India. Oh my goodness. She's brilliant. She's a queen. In real life, she would be treated like a queen. In Love Island, she's got Ikenna. Ikenna is not laid back or as Dami is. He's missing in action. Ikenna, she has tried. That first week, she was really, really trying. She thought it was that, there was a problem with her. There isn't a problem with her. She's beyond any problems. She's a solution to everything. India is amazing. She's probably on the wrong program, but India is amazing, and Ikenna needs to buck up, step up, or he's going to lose her. Someone's going to come in, and the new boys have already seen how beautiful she is and what great attitude she has. So, if it's not these two, someone should come along and steal her and give her the love that she deserves, because she's being treated really shoddily by Ikenna, who I can't even really see the appeal of. It's impossible to know what kind of person Ikenna is, because he's missing in action. He has shared so little of his personality, so little of his backstory. It's really difficult to know whether there is much going on there. A lot of the boys seem to have really focused on the perfect abs. The physique of all of the boys is amazing, including Davide. Incredible. But whether when you're doing that many press-ups that often during the week, are you reading books? Are you going to the cinema? Are you developing a personality? Have you got likes and interests? Who are you? And will abs be enough? And I'm really, really not sure that abs will ever be enough. So we've got these perfect bodies, but we're missing the connection. The thing that makes us adore them is personality, sometimes vulnerability, sometimes outspokenness, some playfulness. They go quite playful sometimes. I don't think we see enough of that aired in the programs, by the way. But they don't seem to bring anything to the table other than breakfast. And Davide has even screwed up being able to deliver an oat milk coffee to Ekin-Su, and he's blown him. Why did he get so confident and so comfortable immediately and then just back off? Where's persistence? Where's sticking at something and doing the graft? It's not there. It's really not there. Andrew, I think, is a real closed shop. There's more to Andrew than meets the eye. Andrew did that lie right at the beginning where he said to Amber, well, you're not even in Luca's top 3, and he got caught out by Amber am I getting them mixed up? Was it Caught Out by Amber? He got caught out. It was Tash. He got caught out by Tash. See, some of them are really interchangeable. There's not enough going on. And he got brought to book about that by Tash. Then he got told off by Luca. It was a dumb thing to do, but it kind of showed us a little bit of insight into the deeper, darker personality that Andrew may have, which is that he wanted to manipulate and control, and he wanted to win. So I think he's quite orientated to win. He's been very consistent with Tash. He's put a lot of time and energy into her. I think the connection isn't there for her. I think her head is ready to be turned. We will see. Maybe she's still harbouring a little bit of misjudgment, or a little bit of judgment about him because of that misstep he took in the early days. I mean, he apologised to everyone. You know, in that hothouse environment thing, people do silly things. We get that. But it was a bit of an insight. And none of the others have manipulated or been conniving. So more power to him if it works. But it could also be an incredible self-sabotage, and he's screwed up his game. So that's Andrew. I do think he wants to win, so we'll have to watch that. There's a lot of talk online that Gemma and Jax are back together, and all of this is a foil, and that, you know, they never split, or they got back together because of Love Island. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it in the body language. And Gemma said really early on when Jax first came in that exes are an ex for a reason. And we had a lot of this during lockdown, when exes thought they could fast track trying to meet someone by you know, calling up their exes and trying to get back together with exes. That was like an epidemic of exes knocking on your door, ringing on your phone, and trying to come back. So I'm with Gemma. They're an ex for a reason, and I don't think she's going back. But equally, I don't think Luca is going to be sophisticated enough, well-rounded enough, a big enough personality to hold her attention. I think she'll have her head turned. I don't think it'll be by Jacques. I think it'll be by either these new boys or someone else who's yet to come in. Paige. And Paige is completely beautiful and doesn't get enough airtime at all. And I don't think she's convinced by her current coupling, and I think Paige could easily get her head turned, and the new boys really appreciate how beautiful she is. So maybe it's time for Paige to shine now. So, you know, we're in the 8th series of Love Island. It is very difficult to come to this fresh. As an audience, we just lap it up for what it gives us. But as contestants, they're not jaded, but they're not naive. And if they've got any sense, they will have watched at least the other 7 series on repeat. And I think some of them really have. And I think Ekin-Su definitely has, and I admire her fighting spirit because she's really going for it. And it's hard. It's hard to bring freshness when you know that sometimes the outcome of that on social media and the fallout of that can be catastrophic. So they're all a bit guarded. They're all a bit careful. Plus, we've got the beefed up duty of care psychological intake forms that ITV2 have had to put together, which means that, you know, these people are not edgy. They tend to be very sane, very grounded, because they need to withstand the rigors of social media when they get back out there, and we don't want any tragedies. So, but it can make people also a little bit dull, a little bit safe. And that's what we've got. We've got kind of dull, safe contestants who know the game and who are playing it. And let's just see if there's enough human nature gets in the way to make some interesting viewing, because there are times this last week and a bit where it's been hard going. Okay, see you soon. Bye for now. Hot here.